Today we get an inside look at the life of Baylen Levine, a YouTube sensation, selling out shows around the country. This kid brings the energy, the laughs, and is inspiring a generation of kids to be sober, chase their dreams, and just be themselves. The voice of the youth. Ladies and gentlemen, Baylen Levine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest in the house today, the one and only Baylen Levine. We're here backstage, the Milwaukee sold-out show, and It was a wild, wild experience. Describe to the people what just happened in the last hour and a half.
Man, a lot of fun-ass shit. Can I cuss?
Yes.
A lot of fun-ass shit, okay? The most high-energy, wholesome, fun experience ever.
It was borderline a religious experience. Like, everyone was jumping and shouting and cheering, and it was a wonderful energy.
Oh, yeah, it's the most pure energy ever. I have some of the best fans. It's all love and positivity and awesomeness.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the layout of the tour. How many shows are you doing on this tour?
I think we're doing, is it 40?
No, 25.
Oh, shit,
We're
25.
40 days,
We're gone for 40 days. We have 25
40
shows.
days, 25 shows, all sold out so far.
Yeah, everything has been crazy. We're trying to sell out Florida because that one is so big. The Orlando one's so big. So if we get that, I'm gonna be excited.
So how are you feeling? I'm imagining tour is tough on the body. Tell me about the schedule. You guys, it's about 10 o'clock right now. What's gonna happen the rest of the night?
So usually we chill here for a little bit, like, cool off. Then I always like to go out and say what up to the fans that stick around, and show love to them. And I sit there like sometimes for like hours signing stuff and taking pictures. And then usually we get out of here late as fuck, like 12:30, 1. And then we go to the hotel. We have like a day hotel. We shower, mess around for a second. And then the bus leaves at 3. So we all get on the bus. I'm trying to tell them to do it earlier because what's happening is
you guys leave to the next city at 3 a.m.
3, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's something with the hotel payment and also they like to drive through the night.
Do you lay down at all in the hotel, or is it straight to the tour bus?
I like to lay down and I like to go through pictures that the fans have posted.
All the stories.
And like and comment and, look at pictures that the photographers took. I love engaging. It's so cool to me to see kids post about it. And I do that while someone else is showering because we only get 2 rooms. Then when a shower opens up, I go shower.
So I heard a quote the other day. There was a YouTube friend I know that's battling with the pressure and all the audience and the DMs and all of that. And he said, if the Rolling Stones play a song on the radio, Mick Jagger, doesn't expect to open a DM from you that said, hey, nice song. Like, there's a distance between artist and audience. But you seem like you have the opposite mentality. You immerse yourself in the audience. You'll stay 2 or 3 hours after a show to celebrate and sign stuff and take 100%. Pictures. And then you go home even after that and still go through this stuff. Mm-hmm. Tell me about how you interact with your audience. And because for the people that don't know Baylen Levine, he has a cult-like fan base. I would guarantee that nearly every middle school, high school, and even a lot of college kids in America, all that age group knows who you are.
Well, thank you.
You could start a cult.
Thanks.
And that's a lot of responsibility, and that's a lot of people trying to get a piece of you or to interact with you, because just talking to Baylen Levine for some of these kids is like the biggest deal in the world. Mm-hmm. How do you manage your relationship between you and your audience?
See, this is how I view it, and I feel like this is why I'm so successful, and this is why I have such a pure fan base, is I never forget what it's like to be a fan, Like, when I was a fan, before I was, like, doing YouTube, my small interaction with Yachty and how he treated me, I know what it feels like to be a fan and to, like, meet the person or talk to the person that you, like, view as this, like, awesome dude, So I know, like, little small things, like, even instead of just taking a picture and then leaving and it's saying, like, oh, how old are you? What's your name? Like, what's the video you found me off of? Like, blah, 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 blah. It sticks with kids, they have a conversation. So I always try to put myself in their shoes and be like, what would I like if I was meeting me? And how can I make them walk away feeling good, Because they're who makes it possible. That's the other thing is, like, I don't forget.
None of this world is possible without people clicking on the videos, buying the merch, buying the tickets.
Exactly. I would not, dude, I would be working a 9 to 5, doing some bullshit that I hate so I can take time out of my day to say what's up and to take pictures. I've never said no to a picture in my life. And I think I also have such a great fan base that, like, it's never, like, it's just all love. I really enjoy the conversations. Like I'll be sitting in Target, run into a fan, and we chop it up for like 30 minutes about Cobra Kai or something, you know? Because I put out very much myself. I put everything about myself out there. So I've attracted people that are so similar to me. So I love having conversation.
I think one of the genius parts of the Baylen Levine universe is the way that you've created multiple inside jokes to everyone that dives into your world. They like when you would say stuff in the audience like guess my favorite show. They all know your world so well and they know the characters within it, and that makes you a very sticky person in their mind.
Yeah. Well, what I try to do is just make it like a friend group. You know, it's like one big friend group. Like within our friend group, we have so many inside jokes, and like everything you see on the channel, we have been doing since day zero. I mean, you knew me, like you didn't know me before all of it, but in the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And it's exactly how it is off camera. Is like this motherfucker would get so mad at us because we stay up all night doing all the inside jokes, and he's like, when do y'all go to bed? So it's real, you know? So I think me making it a giant friend group and just the things that we think are funny and the inside jokes, we let the world know. So it's created like such a tight, loyal friend group. That's a fan base, you know? So that's why it's so awesome. You
said that you understand the importance of being a fan, and you still like feel what that's like. Walk people through that pivotal moment between you and Little Yachty when you were a younger man.
So when I was a junior in high school, I think I was 16, I got up on his stage and I asked him, yo, do you mind if I say something to the crowd? Because I like sang a song of his. It was like a interactive thing where he brings people up and they sing their song. And he let me say something on his mic, which a lot of people wouldn't do. You know, a lot of people would be like, all right, time to go. Like
security, get this crazy kid off stage.
Who knows what he's going to say? I had beads in my hair and everything. Like I was
for context, you had red hair with beads in it, just like Little Yachty. Yeah, because
I had a plan. I was like, I want to meet him. How do I stick out? And I got on stage and he treated me so nice, and he signed a shirt and he took a picture with me. And, you know, I remember he liked my Instagram picture, and it meant so much because when you meet someone that's a hero to you and they are everything you think they are, you know, it means a lot. And that made me want to go after my dream. And half the reason why I do things the way I do is because how he used to do it back in the day. So, like, that meant so much to me, you know? So kids come up to me and they say, you're my Yachty. So that really puts it in perspective of, like, how I viewed him, kids view me. So I really got to do right for these kids, you know?
Do you feel a great sense of responsibility to your audience?
Absolutely. I call myself the king of the youth. I have to, you know, do that appropriately. And I try not to be like this squeaky clean, because no one's going to look up to someone that's squeaky clean. You know,
Why is that?
Because it's just how the world works. It's like me. That's why I was into like I loved rap as a kid. And then here we have Yachty. He doesn't do it anymore, but back in the day, he was really pushing, you know, all these great like sobriety and positivity. And you know, he's an awesome dude, but he doesn't do as much of that anymore. But like that meant so much to me as a kid. And wait, what was the question?
The question I want to ask you next, because I forgot as well, is how many people? Go ahead. You're talking about your squeaky clean image.
So it was like, dude, he was pushing all this good stuff, but he was still a rapper, you know? Because I loved rap. I loved, like, you know, I'm still a teenage kid that likes to have fun and listen to people talk about getting pussy and cussing and shit. You know, it's just how the world goes. So, like, I'm still out here doing pranks. Locker room talk. Yeah. So I'm still out here doing pranks and stuff. And, you know, having a good time and cussing and, like, doing all that, being me. But then you wrap kids in. They think you're funny. They think you're cool. And then you can also give really good advice and morals.
So I noticed at your show, I don't know if this is every show, but the upstairs deck here, there seem to be a lot of parents for their kids.
Yeah.
What is the parent feedback you hear after a show?
Every time I meet a parent, it's always like whenever I do VIP line and there's some parents there, they'll pull me to the side and be like, yo, keep up what you do, because like my kid, you know, his whole friend group vapes and he doesn't because of you. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep being a positive influence. Maybe they'll say some shit like, but lower the cussing a little bit. But like, you know, they understand I love doing VIP lines because you really get to hear kids' stories. And then sometimes the parents will take you to the side and be like, hey, he was going through so much and I watched him become this great person and do all these great things because of your inspiration. So I'm like, damn, you know, that's such a reminder on why I do things, is because you can single-handedly change people's lives.
So one of your big pieces of your brand, and probably the cornerstone of your merch brand, is Frick Vape. Uh-huh. First question, how many Frick Vape shirts do you think you've sold over the course of your life?
A lot.
A crazy number.
A crazy
Hundreds
number.
of thousands?
I don't know. Do you know this? I know money numbers. I don't know units because Shopify just shows me the dollar sign.
I'm trying to figure out how many kids in this world might be wearing a Frick Vape shirt.
Definitely over 200,000.
It's a.
How crazy is that? What was the origin of Frick Vape for you?
You know what's so funny is because I wanted to. So in high school, everyone was vaping, and I tried it for a second, but I hated it in high school. You know, and I realized like I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't enjoy it. So when I got a platform and I was thinking of like merch and stuff, I'm like, dude, I want to do fuck vape to like show these kids you don't have to vape. And my mom was like, I was still living with her, and I remember it was a rule like you can't cuss while you're in our house, and that didn't change till I started like making big moves. But she said you have to do Frick, which honestly saved my ass because if it was fuck vape, it wouldn't.
No
be
one
in
would have
stores.
been able to buy it.
It wouldn't be in stores. Yeah.
I feel like the biggest merch in YouTube, I see it with yours, the Frick Vape, Mature People Are Weenies, with Danny Duncan, with Gideon, professional raw doggers, whatever the MILFs are with Danny.
Yeah.
It's walking the line, the edge where they can wear it in school, but it doesn't get it banned from the school.
Yeah.
Like it's still bad enough that it causes attention in the hallway, the lunchroom, but it's not. Are you conscious of that? Like you have to walk kind of a tightrope of like edginess?
Not really. Like I literally have a bracelet that says "Stay sober, don't be a pussy," and it straight up says "pussy." And I remember before it dropped, like Frick Vape was an accident. I wanted to do fuck vape, but I had pussy on this bracelet, and I remember my parents own the merch company. I gave them the merch company, but I remember them being like, "You're not gonna make any sales. It says pussy. Like no one's gonna be able to wear this." When I dropped these bracelets, that's when merch changed. Like it doubled it, and ever since then it's been double what it you know.
Did you consider putting an asterisk over the U for pussy?
No, fuck no. I just want to do pussy.
So okay. Tell me about like the time where you knew like and what videos were coming out when you doubled, but like tell me about the time when you just took massive action and massive growth in your channel and you knew like, holy shit, I'm onto something.
Dude, from like as soon as I hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, like I just knew it's always been steady. It continues to be steady. Like I remember when I got my first check back in the day and the parents were like, hey, you're not going to be able to live off that every month. And I'm like, dude, this is the beginning. Like a business is growing. It's not like here's your job. This is how much you get paid the whole year every month. I knew it would grow. And then a year later, it is what it is. And then 2 years later, it's even more. And then 3 years later, it's even more. So it's always been steady. But you have to be patient. You do have to eat shit for a little bit. Like I remember when I was coming up, I would always watch Gary Vee, and he said, eat shit for 2 years, and you can live like a king for the rest of your life. And for 2 years, I was sleeping on people's floors and staying at different colleges. And then, now
acting like an animal in people's homes.
Yeah, Tommy G's house. But it's real,
I do think there's something to be said for if you're willing to sacrifice, like if you don't care about making a dime for the first 2 years, you just do it for the absolute love of the pursuit of doing it, that inevitably the universe finds a way for you to like pivot off of that and make a job off of it.
I never gave a fuck. I enjoy having money, obviously, because it allows me to do what I love forever. But like, I love the videos. Like, I care way more about reading the comments and like the fans than that. I've always just loved doing it. And it just so happens that a lot of money comes with it. But I would do it if this paid whatever, I don't know, $50,000
a base salary job,
year,
yeah.
I would still do it. I enjoy it so much.
Do you still read every comment? Do you even have the capacity of a human to do that because you have so many comments to look at?
I'm not gonna lie, I see everything. Like if there's something on the internet, I see it. I pretty much still read. I try my hardest to read everything. Obviously, some things I miss, but like after I post a video, I'm going through the comments. When I post an Instagram picture, I'm going through the comments, and I respond to a lot, and I like a lot, and it's so fun to me. It's so fun because when I was a kid, I used to make homemade movies. I would put them in my disc, and my family would watch them, and I get their feedback, and I would love it. So like, it's so cool to me to post a video and to see people like timestamp their favorite parts and like show love. I love it. That's like my favorite part.
So I would say your fan base is overwhelmingly positive. It's such a marvelous thing to see. Was there ever a post, a video, a TikTok where you just got a wave of like, whoa, like this hurts to read?
Of course.
What was it?
It's all the time.
Have you ever had a prank that got out of hand and people were like, that was too far, Baylen Levine?
on TikTok, people are like really sensitive on TikTok.
I noticed that
it never really
YouTube
happens
is not.
on YouTube.
Why is
Unless
that?
you get a crazy viral video, because YouTube is people who are subscribed to you, and then if you get a crazy viral video, maybe you'll get some hate. But TikTok is random ass people's pages. Like there could be a 30-year-old seeing me running around playing pirates. Like what the fuck is this kid doing? You know what I mean? And it's like, but it doesn't really affect me because I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you think. The youth loves me. You know, my fans love me, and I'm not here to cater to anyone else, you know, because it's like, and also, again, I remember what it's like to be a fan. My favorite wave of rap, people love to like, bro, they got so much hate, but I didn't give a fuck. They were for us. They were for the kids in high school and the kids in college, and you know, it's like, I don't give a fuck about what some dad thinks about my prank. I know, you know, but I do care about putting good out. I care about not taking it too far and showing these kids how to do it.
So I'm going to ask you 2 polarity questions. Okay. Your favorite prank of all time, and also a prank you're like, because I know you're a great button pusher. And when you push buttons, occasionally, and I've experienced this myself in the prank world, occasionally you're like, oh man, that was a little much. What's your, you can start with whichever one you want, but your favorite prank of all time and a prank you're like, damn, I needed to dial that back.
Okay, my favorite prank of all time is actually not on my channel. You know Steezy Kane? Mm-hmm. Me and him sang in public. Mm-hmm. That was a big break for me.
You went insanely viral off his video doing that.
Yeah, well, not even like that, but like every comment was like, dude, that white kid
You stood out
killed
big time on that video.
Because that's before I was anything. And I went. That was my first time in LA, and I wasn't even at 100,000 subs yet. And I remember that video. I was like, because he had like 3 million or some shit, maybe 1 million, I forgot. But I was like, this is my time to shine. And it was right up my alley, like dancing in public and like singing. I love music, I love dancing, I love pranking. It was all in one, and I just shined. And I remember I had so much fun, and then the feedback was so cool, and it was awesome. One time where I was so uncomfortable was we went to see the Batman movie, and like whenever we make a mess, I always clean it up. But like me and Kyle did this prank where we had all this popcorn, and we like slipped and fell and like threw it in the air, and it went everywhere. But then they would not let us clean it up.
You got kicked out, so you couldn't.
No, we didn't get kicked out. They thought we fell. Like, you know? But like they were like, no, we got it, and they were cleaning it all up and shit. And I'm just like, fuck, you know, I hate that. Like I want to be able to clean it. And we would tell them like, no, we got it. And they're like, no, we got it. So I'm sitting there watching them clean the popcorn, and I'm like, fuck this. And then we did it for the Mario movie, but we got to clean it. So we're like, hell yeah. The Batman one, you know what's so annoying is because I remember we did it, and it was awesome. Like it was like hard, but like we got the clip, and then I'm like, I'll never do the popcorn thing again. Like that was, you know, I don't like creating that big of a thing. But the fucking SD card got corrupted. So then I was like, God damn it. So then, like, for Mario, we made sure, like, we were like, okay, dude, let's not accept them cleaning it. Like, we have to clean it, and we pulled it off.
I'm going to take the people down memory lane. If there's one prank I did that I felt like went too far, it was pranking you. So the story was this.
Fuck this guy, dude.
So we set Baylen up in a studio. I was recording a song. I don't know what we exactly were playing, but I got them into the studio, and I got a guy ahead of time to pretend to come in. I'm like, hey, just come in, pretend to rob us. He had a gun, and he looked like a gangster. And sure enough, he burst through the door. You guys hit the deck, and that's a moment where I was like,
I thought I was gonna die. You tricked me into thinking it was my time.
And that's something I'm like, I think the viewers a good amount enjoyed it, but that's also something like. I apologize for Baylen.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Sorry for having you.
We've had our fair share in pranking you, so it's just a life of the prankster.
But I do think that's how you learn in this life, is you're going to make mistakes, you're going to fail, you're going to do things that you regret, but you got to go with your best foot forward. Tell me what it's like navigating. Now you're like in the upper echelon, dude. Like, you're like, if YouTube had, I don't want to say that like that, Hollywood, because you're not Hollywood at all, but like you are in that stratosphere of people know who you are. What is it like as you start navigating and meeting other people in that world? Like, are things not as they seem? Is it like a fishy industry thing, or are you pretty much like outside of that? You don't feel like...
Well, everyone in my lane is super cool, you know? Like, Gideon and all them, like, Adrian, like, we're all really good friends. And then, as for, like, dealing with people with the fame and stuff, it's just, I keep my friends. Like, I keep... it's what you see on camera, then we turn it off. And it's the same shit. Me and Noah are playing Call of Duty. Me and Kyle are going to Walmart messing around, you know. So I feel the same, and I there's never like if I sense someone being like cloudy, or I sense someone like being like money or whatever, I just steer clear.
Have you ever met someone that you were super excited to meet? Like there's like some big star, and then all of a sudden you're like, huh, like, okay, there's the you on camera, and then there's the you.
No, not really, honestly, because like, not anyone that I was excited to meet, but there's people that I meet that like have these big egos, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Because I've encountered that with rappers sometimes. Rappers that I'm excited, I want to work with, but they're like they act like they're such big, like, yeah, I do an M on everything I touch. And I look at their screen and it's like 500 views or something like ridiculous, where it's like, why are you acting like this?
No, of course I've met people like that, but no one I was excited to meet. But it will make me laugh, like meeting people that like so obviously care about like, yo, I have all this money, or yo, and I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't. And it's usually people that don't actually have money. Like, you know what I mean?
Really, really rich people move in silence. Like the wealthiest
It's
people
just like
you meet.
fighters. It's like, you know how to fight? You're not going to go around and like fucking try to fight everyone and shit because you know you have it.
It's always
you
the
know?
chihuahuas of the world that want to yap.
Yeah. If you know you have it and you're confident in yourself, you don't need to say it. People know.
So you're living a life where you've accomplished a massive amount of things at a young age. How do you, like, do you sit down and you do a goal setting session? Like, how do you keep yourself progressing and moving forward? Because I think some people can be in your shoes, like, and get really depressed. Like, you know, oh, I've already sold out the arenas by the time I'm 20. Like, what is there left to do? Like, I've met rappers like that on tour, like, so depressed backstage before they go on. They're like, what is there to do? I've done everything in life. And they have, so how do you keep yourself positive, and how do you orient your goals, if you have any?
First of all, there's a lot of answers to this question. Number one, I wake up every day and I'm in disbelief that this is my life. I always knew it would happen, but still I'm like, wow. You know, like every show is cool to me. Every video is cool to me. Like, it's just insane. I wake up every day and I'm like, I can't believe this is real. So I never am not like excited or thankful for it at all. It never gets old. I've been doing this for 5 years. Like,
so you have a really strong attitude, like amount of gratitude for what you do.
A lot of gratitude, and also a lot of passion and excitement for it, you know? It's like finding the right girl. You're never going to get tired of it.
Yeah.
If you love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love this. So I don't get tired of it. Number two is, the question was,
how do you orient goals?
Is there's always something else too, you know? Like, there's a million things I have unlimited goals that still haven't happened yet that I'm working for. And there's never enough. It's like, there's always, not in a bad way, but in like I have so many things that I would love to do.
Anything on that list that you care to share?
Like, I really want to do some movies and TV. You know, I really want a New Balance sponsorship.
When you're thinking about movies and TV shows, what I've heard is that they don't care about you. Like, they kind of like put YouTubers on a lower level. Like, oh, you're just a YouTuber. They don't take you, or do they take you seriously?
I'm not sure. That's not a lane that I've really gotten into. I did do my first little voice audition. I think it helps a little bit. Like, I think it's like, oh, okay, there's like doing something. But, you know.
Did you have to walk into a room where there's like 6 people with a clipboard and you have to do lines?
I legit did it. I had to do it on voice memos and you email it. I did it in my closet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you ever go to a tryout where you have to like read lines in front of directors?
Yeah.
Would that make you nervous?
No.
Does much make you nervous? You seem like
no.
You got these cojones that not much really rattles you. Like, you're pretty even keeled, cool as a cucumber wherever you go.
I'm just I love being in front of people, and I love I'm just not like I don't get embarrassed. You know what I mean? You
are built for this, dude.
Yeah, no, I knew it. I knew from day zero. Like, when my mom was like, "Do you have a backup plan?" Like, I'm like, this is my destiny. Like, I know this is what I'm meant to do.
So tell me, do you have any goals do you set goals at all? Like, you write, by this time I want to have this many subscribers, or I want to be on this show.
I talk about them. I speak on them a lot. I guess, yeah, I do. Like, if you go back and watch my early videos, everything I've ever said has come to life. Like, I got this one comment, and it's the coolest comment I've ever got in my life. I got this comment that said, I have seen this kid pinpoint his exact dreams and make them come to life, because I used to say shit like, me and Boat will be friends. I used to say shit like I will have a house with my friends. I used to say shit like we're gonna be on tour, you know. So it's like everything I've ever spoken, down to the little tiny shit, like tiniest shit ever, has come to life. So I speak them a lot, and that's something that I believe in. Is like I never be like, oh, I want to do this one day. I'm like, I will be a YouTuber. No, I want to be a YouTuber. I will be a YouTuber, and it's always worked. But you also have to work very, very hard.
If a college wanted to hire you or a high school wanted to hire you to give a speech to kids, would you do that?
Yeah, I've done it. I think I'm about to do something like a little tour of schools too.
Really?
Yeah.
High schools or colleges?
High schools.
Because I'd imagine if you spoke at colleges, you kind of quit college, drop out, and do your...
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, stay and march in this line.
Yeah, but I also like... I'm not promoting everyone has to be like me. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel as if college was right for me. But there's a lot of kids where it's completely right for.
Yeah.
You know?
You said that on stage. If you want to be an engineer, a doctor.
And I always try to say that because I never want to be like, yo, everyone drop out and be a fucking YouTuber or a rapper. Because, like, for instance, my mother would not want to be famous. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's people out there that do not want that. And they want, like, there's people that really want to be a fucking doctor, and that's sick. So I'm here saying, go after it, you know? Even though you have to go to school longer and it's going to get rough, if that's what you want to do it. It's vice versa. If you want to be a musician and everyone's telling you to go to school and you know it's not the way, then go for it, you know? So.
Is it better to be rich and anonymous or poor and famous?
It depends on who you are. I enjoy being known. I enjoy being in front of people. Taking pictures does not bother me. I enjoy it, actually. But some people do not. So it depends on the person.
What is the best thing that's come from being famous? And is there anything that bothers you about it? Anything that's like, man, this is a tough burden to carry?
The best thing would be happiness. Like, it has allowed me to live my dream life. And like ever since school, my years have flown by so fast. Like, I remember school, 4 years felt like forever.
Yeah, dude.
Because it's like you're sitting there and I'm hearing bullshit and I'm looking at the clock and like days whip by now because I'm doing everything I love. So it has allowed me to be so happy with my life. Trying to think of it's not even negatives, it's just more of like responsibility, you know? Like it does get stressful making sure my friends are good and being like, yo, you have to, because I want all them to shine. So like you have to grind or being the dad of the house. When I first bought the Florida house, it was like, damn, like I have to like really be responsible. So you have to grow up in that sense, you know, like most people my age. I bought a house at 20 years old. Most people my age don't experience that. So at times it was like, I don't want to have to tell these guys to clean up. Like, I want to be with them making a mess. But, you know, you have to step up a little bit and lead, you know. But that's something that I know. I know being a leader comes with responsibilities. So, like, it is like having you have a bunch of fans to look after. You have your friends to look after. My parents, you know, they are, like, merch is their paycheck, you know, like they own the merch company. So I make the merch sales. So it is like a lot of people look to you and it is a lot of responsibility. And sometimes you don't have anyone that can relate, you know, like you don't have the answer because what 20-year-old, you know, is doing
retiring his parents to have a merch company, has all his friends on tour with him.
It's not common. So sometimes, you know, you don't know the answer, but I'm very good at it, and I know that comes with it, so I don't mind it at all, but I have obviously had to take on that responsibility.
Baylen, one day we will be dead. We will be no more of this world. What do you want people to say at your funeral about you?
I want to just impact as many lives as I can. I want to be a superhero, you know? Like, the way people view Spider-Man in that movie of, like I remember Aunt May gives this speech in the Tobey Maguire movies where she's like, people line up, like create a big line just to see a glimpse of their hero. Like, I want to be that figure. I want to be remembered as the king of the youth. I want to be remembered as this dude. Like, these kids grow up and they're sober and they're like, wow, if it weren't for that dude when I was a kid, who knows, what path I would have taken, or kids make their dreams come true. Like, so many big time YouTubers have said, I saw your shit and you made me do it. And like, that's a
I
crazy
feel like when
feeling.
you trace the branches of YouTube, there was like dozens of pranksters that can trace their roots to the Baylen Levine tree.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think it's just a cycle, Like, I saw Danny and Nelk. People see me. People see, it's just a cycle. So, it's cool. I really want to either kids say I was positive because of you. I chose good friends because of you. I was sober because of you. I went after my dream because of you. I want to be not just remembered as a dude who made you laugh, but like really, really impacted your life.
So one thing you said earlier in this conversation was you like when kids come up, and especially in the meet and greets, where you can say like, how old are you? What do you do? What's your name? And that made me think you would be good at running for office, because that's what a politician has to do. Like, you can't be like asking the deep, like, you have to be able to talk to a lot of people and ask them little things about them and keep doing the crowd work. And I just saw Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary where he was the #1 movie star in the world. Then first he was the #1 strongman in the world, then movie star, then politician. Is that something that would ever interest you, do you think?
Probably not.
Too much nonsense to get wrapped into?
Yeah, it's not really my lane. You know what's funny though is my parents always told me growing up I should be a lawyer because of my speaking abilities and like arguments and stuff. Like, I will really, like, I guess I'm a good speaker. But I would love to do some shit like I would love to get more in the lane of like some Gary Vee stuff. Like, I would like speaking at schools, and like I want to do it all. I want to do it all. I would love to do like we just like all that type of stuff, just in general.
So a question I was thinking about is, our platform is our baby, and you want to keep it pure, and you want to, like, the highest priority is to make sure that the stuff you're putting out is resemblant of your character. And one thing that occurred to me is there's a new guy running for president. There's two guys, RFK Jr. and this guy Vivek, that to me, I'm like, if these guys got in, I feel like they could change America. And what I asked myself is, would I consider promoting someone on my channel, or is it not meant for that? Because you kind of be violating the rules of the channel where you want to keep it pure.
That's up to you. Everyone has a different lane. For me, I stay away from I stay away from anything that like I just want mine to be a place where you forget about the world.
You don't want to polarize people
here to
with
have
your
fun,
views.
and you're here to learn things like about life. Like, I don't want to like separate anyone or like cause any. I'm just here to make you happy and like enter in a world of sunshine and rainbows and
I love
happiness
that.
And fun.
And I think the world needs it.
But that's not for everyone. That is not for everyone.
I guess the question I ask myself is, there's going to be a time when perhaps a YouTuber becomes president. Would that surprise you?
I don't know. It could.
Dude, one of the Paul brothers, one of the Nelk guys, one of those guys someday is probably going to run for president. I mean,
do I think they'll run? Yeah.
Do you think a YouTuber would run for president?
Yeah, eventually. Like, Waka Flocka ran for president in like 2012.
So then the question that would be, if they were, the only way I feel like they would win the presidency is if YouTube united around them. And let's just say that the future of America depended on somebody, a good leader. Would I be willing to sacrifice my platform, like, to put out a message of support? And I don't know. I think what I would do is just cover that person. I want to do a documentary on RFK Jr. I don't know if you're familiar with who that guy is. He has the really scratchy voice.
Your channel really is about other people's worlds.
Yes. So I can just dive into his world.
Yeah, mine is very much the world of Baylen Levine.
Yeah, so it wouldn't even make sense to think about that.
That's why I didn't start a podcast, is because I want to focus on the world of Baylen Levine, and then that would pull me in so many different directions. I'm just not ready for that. Maybe one day, but like, I really love that world and that channel, and no matter what I do in the future, if I act a little bit or something, I will never leave the channel. The channel is that's my favorite part, times a million.
So you've been on tour for the last few weeks?
Mm-hmm. A month, I think. It's been a month, I think.
Okay. And I would imagine that hurts your upload schedule. Do you get how do you feel when you can't upload consistently? Like, do you feel like, hey, I cannot upload for 6 months, I'll be fine, I'll come right back and hit my groove? Or does that make you nervous? Like, holy shit, I don't want to leave it.
Realistically, I know, like, I have such a loyal fan base. There has been times where I haven't been able to upload, and I've been fine. like completely fine, because when they love you, they're there no matter what. But do I personally enjoy it? Fuck no. I want to get a video out every week, but I know if some shit happened, like I remember there's been times where I was going through it and I wasn't up for going out and pranking and being crazy and all that, and I had to take some time off, and it was fine. It's actually such a comforting feeling, because when I first started, I'd be like, oh no, people are gonna get upset, and I'm very open and honest with my fans. I made a video and I'm like, yo, I haven't been feeling the best, and it's all love. Like, hey, we're here no matter what. You take your time, you get better, and you come back, and that's what I did, and so I know it's okay, but I love being consistent. When people ask me how do I make it on YouTube, I say consistency, because you have to be.
That's definitely the name of the game. And I've seen people that have really big channels that don't post for 6 months, a year. They try posting again, and it's like, oh, like they probably should start a new channel, because it's like,
especially in the beginning. Like if you're starting and you catch some traction and then you just don't do anything. Like I always say this, when I had my little Instagram blow up, if I just chilled out, I would not be where I am. I got a little bit of like, whoa, I got a little bit of eyes on me. Go, because that moment could go like that, So you have to go hard. My situation is a little different, because I have a very established fan base already. But still, it's like you can have it all, and if you take a fucking year off, you know what I mean? But like, it also depends on what type of person you are.
One thing I want to congratulate you on is your Zoomies deal.
Thank you.
That is absurd and wonderful and huge, all wrapped into one.
Thank you, sir.
I'm curious, are you in some like corporate boardroom with your lawyer? Like, no, we're bumping it up 13 cents a share, otherwise it's no deal. Like, what is that like, and how involved you are in that process?
Well, like I went to the headquarters the other day and we're talking about meetups and shit, but like, I'm involved. I'm very involved. Thank God. Shout out to my parents, because they own the merch company, and they have my best interest so hard, and we started shipping merch out of our basement. So they're very, very in tune with what's right and what's wrong, because, there's merch companies out there that'll be like, okay, it's $20 a shirt, when it's really fucking $6, and they're just taking that money, So like, they know the numbers and stuff. But Zoomies has been awesome. We've, of course, wheeled and dealed and done all our stuff, and it's great.
How long did it take to arrive at a deal?
It was in the talks for a lot. It was in the talks for a minute. But I don't know the answer, to be honest.
I just find that so interesting, because that's another question you were mentioning earlier. Like, there's just certain things that you don't have somebody to call because no one else has been in your shoes. Like, that's another thing, like...
Well, with merch, me and my parents have seen it all, because, like, we started off on Teespring. Then we did have a company, like a local merch people shipping it out. And then I had another dude shipping it out. And then we just decided to do it out of the basement. And then we've had talks. I remember when it started getting a lot, we had talks with companies, because we're like, fuck, can we keep doing this shit out of our fucking basement? So we know it all. Like, merch, I'm a fucking wizard with merch. Like, if you handed me a YouTuber that had a channel, I could make them a millionaire in a fucking year, less than a year.
You gotta talk to me, because we're just about to start launching merch. Is there anything you'd advise I do more, better, or different?
It depends on what you have. I would say a YouTuber in my lane I know very, very well, but your audience is different than mine.
Sure.
It's very different. So it's different for everyone. But I can give you all my knowledge that I know.
Okay.
But anyone that does my type of videos and pranks and stuff, it's like there's people out there that have millions of subscribers. Like, your wallet should match your sub count and more. If you're smart. It's never about money, but it's like, dude, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to take care of my family. And what's so cool is you don't have to push it. Like, I have not pushed money down I have not pushed, do merch. I just wear it.
It's unbelievable. Like,
you just wear it.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool, is because you're not doing sponsors that people don't want to see. They enjoy the merch. You just have to wear it. It's like a win-win-win-win-win. you know? And that's a beautiful thing to be able to do it forever and be able to take care of your family and be able to take care of your friends. So I've always been very business oriented, but never shoved down throats. And that's why I think they respect you, is because when you're not pushing shit, then they really listen to you, you know?
No one likes to be told what to do.
Fuck no.
And if you're like trying to, no one likes anything forced down their throat.
Yeah, no one.
Well, some people, we won't talk about them.
But
Okay.
you just have to wear it.
Okay. I'm going to wrap up pretty soon here because I know you have a horde of people out there that want to say hi to you, and I want them to be able to enjoy meeting you. I guess maybe leave us with some parting advice about people chasing their dream or things that you've learned along your journey. Just what can you tell the people from your heart, Baylen?
From my heart, I would say the most important thing is who you have around you. Because from the beginning till now, you can lose yourself at any time. In the beginning, it's, oh, what if I can't do this? What if I quit? You know, my friends were always in my ear like, you got this, bro. And they were always pushing good morals on me and uplifting me, wanting to be sober and uplifting all I do. And then now that I've made it too, it's still all about friends. The reason why I've been able to maintain myself and be myself is the people I have around me, you know. That is everything. You are who you hang out with. You want good vibes and positivity in your ear. Negativity will drag you all the way down. So keep amazing people around you. That is number one. Like even us, like I love how we have such intellectual conversations, and you are a very good-hearted dude. You know, that's why I was so, like, I love our friendship from day one. It's like, I'm like, damn, this dude really, it's so cool to be able to talk to someone where their intentions are so pure and they see the world in such a awesome way. And I love hearing different opinions of the world and stuff, but like a pure, not just like negative towards everything, and they're open to, you know, what you think. Like you're not sober, but you're very open and love how I am, you know, and I'm not shitting on you. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so cool. It's an awesome thing. Just good people around. That's key. In a small circle, like you see me rolling with the same people from 5 years ago, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute privilege sitting down with the man, Baylen Levine. He has to go because there was probably a few hundred people, couple hundred people outside. We can see the tour bus from the window behind us, and there's a lot of people that want to speak to him, interact with him because he's their hero. So we're going to let him do that. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Thank you guys. Shout out to y'all. Big dogs got to eat.
Big dog got to eat.
Oh.